Throughout World War II, the atrocities the Nazis committed were evident all throughout Europe. They had a vision that they fully intended on grasping through whatever means necessary. The Nazis took typical things armies take during war: food, money, lands, human lives. However, the Nazis took something many people never considered: Europe's art. The Nazis stole some of Europe's most famous art including the Madonna, the Ghent altarpiece, the Astronomer, portrait of Adele Bloch-Bauer, and a piece by one of the world's most famed artists, Vincent van Gogh's Painter on the Road to Tarascon. Vincent van Gogh was a European artist from the 19th century. He was one of the most notable post-impressionistic era painters and overall one of the most influential figures in the Western art world. Including the Painter on the Road to Tarascon, he painted over 2,100 pieces in his lifetime. In his last few years of his life, he painted the Painter on the Road to Tarascon, a piece that has received worldwide acclaim from art critics all around the globe. His art was cherished and viewed by millions of people throughout Europe, appreciated by those who knew the value of art. But then the war came, and no art was safe. When the war in Europe arrived, the piece was held in the Kaiser Friedrich Museum in Magdeburg, Germany. Very little is actually known as to what actually happened to the piece. It is believed that the piece was destroyed. Many speculations have risen as to how it was destroyed, most prominently being that it was burned by the Nazis, a common practice by the Nazis at the time. Since its destruction, many people have come forth to analyze the piece's overall meaning and how it connected to Van Gogh's life. Many ask, why does it matter if this piece of art was destroyed during the war? What did we really lose by losing this piece? What did this piece do for the art community that Van Gogh's 2,100 other pieces didn't do? Well, this piece is believed to have been an insight into Van Gogh's depression, and many believe this piece could help cultivate an idea for why Van Gogh ended his life, something art experts have speculated for a long time. When you examine the time period the piece was painted, you'll see Van Gogh painted it in 1888, a year before he committed suicide in 1889. Throughout his life, he was considered a failure and was never truly appreciated until after his death. He was the quintessential art genius who was truly never appreciated, and many believe this was expressed in this work. Among his many self-portraits, this one stands out because it is one of a few that shows entire body from head to toe. Many interpretations have led to the overall belief that this piece reflected Van Gogh as an outsider of the world, as Francis Bacon put it. Another reason this piece is important is that it is important to Van Gogh's legacy. Van Gogh expressed more of his depression through his later paintings, like the Painter on the Road to Tarascon. And without this piece available, we are hindered when trying to examine his movement throughout his depression. This piece is especially pivotal in documenting his lifeline because this piece is unlike any other that he painted, due to the fact that it is one of his only full-body self-portraits and that it is so lively and colorful, despite his melancholy view. As you can see, most of the sketches and paintings Van Gogh made during his last few months were black and white, and overall less vibrant than the Painter on the Road to Tarascon, which has led experts to believe this painting occurred sometime around his tipping point, as Francis Bacon put it. Today, the piece has been lost for over 70 years. Since then, people have begun studying the Painter on the Road to Tarascon's meaning and researching how this piece reflects Van Gogh's spiral into depression. Among those studying the piece was Francis Bacon, an artist most notably known for producing some of the most iconic images of wounded and traumatized humanity in post-war art. His style was composed of surrealism, film, and photography. Bacon sympathized with Van Gogh very much, and a lot of Bacon's style can be attributed to teachings from Van Gogh. Bacon beloved Van Gogh so much that in 1960 he recreated his own interpretation of the lost piece. Bacon was noted saying, "Van Gogh is one of my great heroes because I think that by the way he put on the paint, he gives you a marvelous vision of the reality of things." Since then, nobody has since attempted to honor Van Gogh by making their own interpretations or recreations of the piece. Many believe that out of all of Van Gogh's self-portraits, this one was the most representative of himself and his daily struggles, and that by destroying the piece, they have destroyed a part of Van Gogh himself.